Hello? Hi. I had to wait for my... Oh my god, I'm speaking to myself through my phone. I was in my own chat. Anyways, I wanted to get apple cider. But I wanted to click live before I forgot, too. I assume everything's going well. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. Let me go boot up Cult of the Lamb. That's what we're doing today. Probably not a super long stream, but the streak continues. I don't know if they do, but it doesn't matter to me. All right. Google, open Cult of the Lamb. Can't wait to be done with this game, dude. Also, Monkey's banned. That's crazy to me. I actually have more progress on this save than I do on my original save, which is crazy to me. Dude, is Monkey to... I forgot that I left my, like... I left all of my people in, like, emotional turmoil. Look, there he is. Okay. What do I have to go get the final Eye of the Witness? I don't want to do that. Shimura and I did not barter much. In truth, they needed little from me. Truly, 'twas a shame what became of them. So you've completed your task, Red Crown. The bishops are trapped no longer. What becomes of them now is not of my interest. Though what becomes of yourself? Many a deity I have bartered with. Their designs, ones I have seen repeated through the millennia. Your designs, however, very interesting. As such, I offer you a boon, a cementing of our new undertaking. This shrine is carved in the likeness of a god with whom I once bargained. May it remind you of the role which you must now fill. Interesting. All right, yay! That's like the last of the general decorations, I think. And does anyone actually care about the new Avengers movie? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think even people that like Marvel and stuff are super excited. Why is Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom? Did they just like run out of actors? God tiers remain. Do not allow complacency. Turn yourself to be worthy deity. Take your rightful place upon the pantheon. Ooh, yay! I got the God of Death, please. Beautiful. Dude, okay, you hit me with credits. Get me out of here. No thanks. I feel like casting Robert as Doom is Marvel hitting the fuck it button. Truth, facts, and logic. Don't kick me back to the main menu. I'm gonna crash out. They with the credits like, yo, dude. Dude, after just doing all the content that I did the first time, but again, and slightly lamer, I'm like so ready for this. I'm so excited. Original Castlevania riffs. Nice. Still working through Symphony of the Night. Haven't played it much. Been kind of busy editing. Ooh, editing? I did a lot of editing today. My work cycle today was I was editing my Mugenics video, and then when my brain started hurting from editing Mugenics for too long and trying to figure out how I wanted to format those videos, I jumped over to doing my Gartic phone stream edit. Ooh, I finally got the tarot card. What is this? Recycle any weapon or curse to gain half a blue heart. That's pretty good. Was on a blue baby run that I thought was going to Mega Satan and then fell apart in womb. Many such cases. Rest in peace. Didn't even get the D6. That's unlucky. Castlevania's always seemed super hype. You know what is... This is relevant because there's a Castlevania like official crossover DLC. I'm really interested in trying out Dead Cells, honestly. Just a roguelike Metroidvania. I've played a bit of Dead Cells. It's not like I'm completely new to it, but it's just something I've always kind of wanted to play through at some point, but I've never had like all the drive. Twitch chat is deciding your fate. Is it Benoit time? Do I hit the grindstone again or do I homework? How much time you got on homework? No Benoit time? Next ritual will not require any resources. Thanks to Twitch chat. Beautiful. Okay. Let's hit Commandment Stone. Afterlife, sure. I have until tomorrow for one thing that's due, but I also have like 2 projects I gotta work on. I mean, you could work on the... I mean... whatever you have due tomorrow, you should probably take care of, but... Depends on how long you have on the projects as well. Or how much you have to do on them, really. Okay. Fleece of the Glass Cannon. Hobbled Heels. I think I'm going to go with this. But I'd like to just... Give me my fleece back. It's just better. Let's do my quick sermon. You know, I've always been a do tomorrow type of guy. Although I don't think I'd really recommend that to people. I just had ADHD brain for the longest time. So it's just impossible to focus on things, so I just don't even try. Until I'm so stressed out that typically the stress is what gets me to actually get things done. Although then that started falling apart when I just kind of stopped caring about school. And so I wasn't really getting stressed about missing due dates or whatever anymore. You know, this is a... This is an interesting conversation, I think. Specifically about I think specifically when we're talking about things where you kind of just get numb to like certain feelings after like a period of time, like even something that like might have been effective at some point just is like suddenly not anymore. I mean, it's why, like, sometimes medications people have to, like, kick up how much they take. Or, you know, whatever it may be. But I think it definitely depends, like, especially with, like, punishments. I find it's, like, really difficult to really get to the point where, like, something just, like, always works. At some point, you're just, like... Because I remember my parents had always, like, ground me as the punishment. That was their go-to. But eventually you just, like... You just don't really get scared of it anymore. And you, like, find ways around it. Or, like, when it comes to, like... I mean, as I was just saying, like, when it comes to... like, the procrastination mindset... It's not like a... It starts to become less and less of a big deal to, like, get projects done or whatever. Like, the longer you just kind of stop caring about it. Let's reach the point where I cannot be bothered with basic classes unless I'm something I'm interested in. Yeah, like, it's just... It's a whole thing, really. Oh, hi, Leshy, I believe. But yeah, I think, like, especially for, like, college, it started to become, like, a really big problem for me, just not being able to, like, get myself to do certain things after a certain point. Although I do think that isn't all, like, procrastination. I think a lot of that just comes down to... At some point when you're just depressed as hell, nothing else really matters. Like, I'd have, like, days where, like... I'm gonna sound like a terrible employee here. Shimura, monkey to start fighting? Can you guys not? You sound like a terrible employee. I had days where, like, I got so, like, at like, the peaks of my, like, depression in college were just, like, even things like showing up to work were just, like, I just can't do it. I wouldn't even, like, call in. I just wouldn't show up, which sucks. I mean, obviously, do not do that, but, you know, it gets to the point where it's just, like, I really could care less. Oh my god, that's a godly dagger. When you don't care about anything at all, and you just kind of start to feel numb to it all, it just becomes difficult to really, you know, care about superficial things like grades or whatever. Okay, game, this is a godly dagger run. Please do not, like, bug out like you did many times on this playthrough and make it so I just can't leave the room. That would suck. Do, 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 do. would like to preface, if I ever, like, just, like, go quiet for a bit and kind of just forget I'm streaming, do know I have gotten like maybe 4 hours of sleep in the last 2 days. Not of my own volition. This is just kind of what happened. I at least made sure to take my meds today, so that's not as big of a problem. I'd been on a streak where I hadn't taken my meds in like a super long time, just because my sleep schedule is just so bad. Like, let's talk my sleep schedule recently. It's been like, I've tried to fix it so many times, but it just keeps kind of going back to this, where I just can't sleep at night, and I can't sleep to the point where, like, it ends up turning to morning, but like well into the morning. Like, I'm talking like we're in, oh my god, that's really good. We're in like 9, 10 a.m. territory by the time like I would just kind of suffer from exhaustion. A gold chest is just a better chest. It's like this. It can give you like tarot cards and stuff. It's very cool. What was I talking about? But like I'd fall asleep and like by the time I'd wake up it'd be like 4 p.m. It was just like a terrible sleep schedule. I can do not, never, ever. But I didn't really have a choice. I just can't fall asleep. I've always been a terrible sleeper. Sometimes my sleep schedule will flip back on its head in like the other way, where I start falling asleep around like 8 p.m. and then I like wake up at like 3 in the morning, and that's like my sleep schedule for a bit. I don't know if I could really do that with my current streaming schedule, because I work, or not work, but I stream at like 7 p.m. because that's just kind of the best time for people I've found. Except for tonight, I streamed way later than usual because we had a club. And I had to go to that. Or I didn't have to go to that, but I wanted to go to that. What is that? Offering to the owl. Grey Hunter, we write this prayer and leave this offering in the hopes that you'll grant us triumph on our hunt. We vow to take no more than we need. Leave the brooding and the young. May we be swift and silent as you, Hunter. I love apple cider so much. I really like the taste of mochas, but like caffeine in general really just doesn't do much for me. And I do like a lot of teas. Specifically, I've said for the longest time, like my favorite beverage just in general is a peach iced tea. No specific brands, but I do like, I mean, I really do enjoy like the peace tea one, even though that's like pretty artificial tasting. It barely even tastes like peach tea, but it tastes enough like peach tea, and it's still like a pretty tasty drink regardless. I mean, Snapple's always good. Arizona, I've never actually tried their peach tea. I've always wanted to, but they just don't have it around here at least. Oh my god, the Liquid Death peach tea is super good. That one's also less sweet than a lot of them, which I appreciate. because I've never really been like a massive person for sweet stuff. Yeah, the Liquid Death one is so good. Also, did I fight the witness? Am I stupid? Wait a second. Guys, I think I'm dumb. I needed to go to the spider place. This is not the last area, it's the spider place. I like this like crazy run on a run where it literally does not matter. I prefer my tea bitter to neutral. Yeah, it's pretty. I think I like it like a little bit on the sweet side. Okay, I tried to get sweetened tea from McDonald's one time. I was like, why does everyone hate sweetened iced tea? Like my mom always is like, make sure you get unsweetened when like I'm ordering for her. I was like, dude, what is, surely sweetened iced tea is not that bad. Holy shit. It tasted like I was drinking diabetes. It was insane. Like, I felt like viscerally gross after drinking it for like days. It might sound like an overreaction. It's just that sweet. It's just like, it is a lot. Also, me getting comboed, that was on purpose. I just didn't care anymore, and I had so much health. Dude, it feels so gross. It's genuinely so gross. Okay, I finally got the quest. I think I got the quest from you. Bear. Southern style tea can be good, but yeah. It's whatever they're putting in the like tea, I think is what's making it gross. Like I'm sure like super sweet tea is not bad. Yikes. I kind of needed that guy for a quest. Oh my god. Yeah, it's weirdly thick. Yeah, you're so right. I didn't even really connect the dots on that mentally. But yes. Why is it so viscous? Let's do this. Yeah, just if you never had it, keep it that way. Do not try the McDonald's sweet tea. And if you regularly drink the McDonald's sweet tea, I want to know how. Like, I took like a couple drinks. It made me want to vomit. Like, it was so gross. Gang, I know we want to revive Benoy, but I do kind of need this guy for a quest at some point. It'd be nice to like be able to get that guy revived, I think. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Dude, there's so many elderly people. I didn't realize this. Let me take care of these. Get out of the way. I don't know how I feel about the fact that I granted Monkey immortality. He's 130 years old. If I sacrifice him, I will get 477 coins. The lion. All right. What else? Let's have old people fight. Is there just 2 old people left? Is it just these 2? Yulon and Fion. Yeah, it looks like those are the only 2. And then whoever wins will get ascended. Who wins between these 2? Oh, dude. Easy peasy. Ooh. Alright. Little extra levels for me. And then let's go ascend the last elderly person. Goodbye, Fion. I think this ascension ritual is literally just like a worse version of the sacrifice one. Like what I get, like bones? I guess I got like a lot of loyalty. Okay. I forgot that Bluey is back. Because I was like, Bluey, aren't you dead? No, Bluey's back in business. The boys are back in town. Alright, Weber, be free. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go here. Maybe get another... getting a godly dagger run off rip was crazy. Dude, another dagger run? Zealous is also really good. Now, does it do nearly as much damage? No, not even remotely. Is it pretty powerful, though? Yeah, I'd say so. Bum 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 bum. I was talking with a friend the other day, and the concept of Syslop appeared in our minds. The examples that we could come up with were like baby clothes options. Like the Hallmark Channel. Like, thoughts? Do you think, are we onto something here? Spanish Burger King is always on the Cult of the Lamb streams for some reason. We dead ass. Nano has reached old age? No. Not Nano. Dude, these things are taking a lot of hits. These enemies are durable. Either that or this dagger is just garbage. Why can't I use... Can you go make some oats? That's hype. My dad eats overnight oats. Curing my depression? What is it about the overnight oats? Can I need someone to fill me in. What do we get from the overnight oats? Where's the inner peace? Obviously, I assume they're probably just tasty. They're convenient for like eating in the morning. But is it deeper than that? It's just like nutrient dense and is just easy peasy in the morning. I mean, I can see why that would be good. Random relic. That's great. I've never been one to have much of an appetite, and just in general. But especially in the morning, I find it really hard to eat. Although I guess overnight oats doesn't really... Like, it doesn't really matter when you eat it. You could eat it at any time. I mean, it's just meal prep at the end of the day, right? Just a little tasty little way to wake up in the morning. I can see the appeal. Ow, dude. Can we not, please? Everyone, this is my PSA. Do not feel guilty. That is for the Catholics. Do everything with pride. This is my message. I don't know if I'm just too woke. I've never really understood the whole, like, shame behind jerking off, you know? What is inherently shameful about doing that? Let's draw active tarot cards. I get half a blue heart. No thanks. God said it's bad? I guess it must be bad then. Also, why did God know what jerking off was? Did he put it in the code and then he says, actually, you should not do that? Bad. While we have this limited connection between us, I feel the need to tell you that you need to stop jerking off. What do you mean it's one of the worst sins you can do? Like, are we talking about, like when I think, like, worst sins you can do, I think, like, murder. You know, I think, like, I mean, just harming people in general is pretty bad. I'm just very anti-harm, I'd say. Which I feel like most people would be. I'm just of the opinion that if it's not hurting anybody, then what's the harm in it? And frankly, I don't know who's being harmed by someone jerking off. Generally don't know the reason other than making men incredibly desperate to have sex because they can't satisfy on their own. So more pregnancy, therefore more Christian children, more money. They do think it's close to murder in some denominations. Okay, that's also, I think, obvious. Okay. I feel like it should be pretty clear, like, my position on, like, whole pro-life, pro-choice thing. Like, I think... I don't think I've ever heard, like, a good argument for pro-life. And I've heard a lot of things that being, like, pro-life arguments actively hurting people. But the reason why I bring this up is because I've always thought it's stupid for, like, people saying, like, masturbation is murder. Because, first of all, the cum is only half the equation. Second of all, like, like, okay, so, like, what if you have, like, a wet dream, you know? Like, what, did you just, like, kill people in your sleep? Or you just, like, what, you're, like, haunted by, like, the ghosts of all your potential children? Like, the fuck are you supposed to do about that? That's not in your control. That's like... That's something that you do, what, subconsciously? I believe that's the word I'm looking for. Like, but then and if that's okay, because it's like, oh, well, you couldn't control it, then what's the difference between, like, just jerking off? 'Cause it's the same outcome. Just one of them's completely uncontrollable. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Well, this is a fun conversation to have while playing Cult of the Lamb. Honestly, I don't know what else I'd want to talk about. Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought that was pretty stupid. Although this is coming from someone who has never really seen, like, a lot of the appeal of, like, religions, even when I was really young. Because I feel like it is not necessarily difficult to be a good person, you know? I don't need, like, there's no, I don't see the appeal in having to, like, play by someone else's rules, and that's what makes me a good person. Like, I can see, like, things like, I think more... Religion's more like, I don't know, even like stuff like Buddhism and stuff is a little more interesting to me, or at least more reasonable. Because that's just like a way of living life, not necessarily like something where it's like, I especially hate when like, it's like part of it is like trying to force what you believe onto other people. So just, oh my God. I'll never understand. Because I'm sorry, no matter how many times the Mormons come to my door, I'm not, like, I'm not convinced anymore. Especially Mormon missions. Oh my God, dude. Holy. So yes, just go, like, harass people in, like, a different country. Like, that's how you should spend, like, your first year out of, like, your first year of adulthood. Or even couple years, even. Oh my God. Dude, this is fucking bullshit. What am I playing? Fucking hate this game, dude. It's so ass. Game designers need to be crucified, dude. This is not difficulty. This is just fucking lame. Come on. Like, yes, I know how to make an awesome mini-boss. We'll just have them spawn 2 of the other lesser bosses from previous floors at the same exact time, and then each of those are built in to spawn a bunch of other shit. It's like, yes, yes, yes! You know what makes things hard? Just shove a bunch of things in a box until it's impossible to dodge. No revive? I already hit my revive earlier in the run. I think literally earlier in the, I believe it was literally earlier in that same boss room. Whose dumbass is dissenting? Where? You're like down here or something? I see dissenting. But I don't see dissent. Oh, there you are. What the fuck? Oh, give me that. You. Go to jail. Oh, no, like, no bunny revive? Tisk, tisk, tisk. How have I already been streaming for 49 minutes? Hmm. I just realized I probably could have used some projectile destruction. Also, the fact that you can just refill your Cult's Hunger for like 37 bones is crazy good value. All right. Now, where did I get a soul heart from? I need more turnip. Now, if I cook this and I eat it myself, what do I get? I just get an extra soul heart. All right. Oh my god. This is also one of the most annoying features of this game. Like having to go like rebuild shit all the time is like, it's just not, it's not fun. It's not a good game mechanic. It's just, it adds tedium for no reason to a game that's already fairly tedious. Like, what are we doing here? Dun -dun. I guess we'll go this way. God, I'm so tired of this game. I just want it to be over. Like, it would have been over if before the DLC came out, we would have been done. Now we've got all sorts of DLC stuff, which I've never touched before, so I don't know if it's fun, but I have a feeling I'm kind of just... I don't know. I feel like I'm just along for the ride. I don't know. Is that what I was looking for? I don't think that was the word I was looking for. I don't know. I have doubts that the DLC will be like significantly more fun in any meaningful way. I'm sure it might have some cool features, but like I have my doubts. I have a feeling it's just gonna be more Cult of the Lamb. Hopefully not that much though. But, you know, knowing this game, it's going to be an entire endeavor. Ooh, that's good. Okay, well, let me go, like, finish full clearing. Also, I played Gungeon for, like, the first time in a long time yesterday. And, like, that having, like, the ability to, like, fast travel between certain things. Like, I have it in a mod for Isaac, which is just super awesome. But the fact that that's just, like, built into the game like just like base Gungeon, you can just like use fast travel from the rooms. It's just such a nice quality of life feature. And I hate that there's like no option for that here. So why is Tyler continuously booting up The Binding of Isaac? What a good game, dude. I would say what I want to give to play that game right now, but honestly, I'm not feeling all that fantastic. And I feel more apt to play some slop, like Cult of the Lamb. Like my brain can just turn off. Soul Harp, maybe? Nope. Nothing. Oh my god. The Binding of Isaac. In a strange change of pace, I'm done with everything I have to do this week and it's only Wednesday? Very cool. 8 seconds of invincibility. That sounds kind of ass. Cheekums. It's always nice to like get stuff done early. Can this room be over already? Thank you. Who would have guessed that if I just force myself to sit down and do homework for the class I don't want to do, then I just get it done because it's not hard, it's just pointless? Dude. Dead ass. College, I will always say this, college is not difficult. You just need to do the work. And you'll just pass. If you just do what they ask you to do, it's easy. And that being said, the amount of time it takes to do such easy, pointless tasks was driving me fucking crazy. It's such a waste of time, dude. They should make college, but like good. Have we considered this? I do think a lot of college, unironically, this is my unironic dead ass take. A lot of college would probably be solved if you were able to just like, instead of taking a class like once like every week and you have like a 3-hour period where you do that. Like I do think At least for me, at least with the way I work, if I could just have like one class and it's like every day for like 2 weeks or a month. And then like just concentrate it all into like a much smaller package. I feel like that would solve a lot of issues. Because I feel like one of the big issues and why college just takes a while is because they need to like give you enough content that like it feels like you're not like doing nothing for a week. So everyone feels forced to like give you like something, some type of busy work to keep you busy and distracted. But like if you could just like focus on one class only for like 2 weeks to a month, like I'm sure you could just get like super good at something. This is how a lot of summer classes work almost. It's like a 5-week course, but it's like 3 classes a week. That kind of sounds sick. Like there's just... I just think having a bunch of different classes that are unrelated and all giving me busy work at the same time just does not work for my brain. Because like it'd be fun. Also just, I mean, as I mentioned, just the fact that I was not really getting anything out of like the amount of like time that everything was asking for. That was also another problem for me personally. Obviously some people, you know, some people get a lot out of college. But some people also just don't really work like normal. You know, some people are like me where you're just like, the way you learn is just you teach yourself with YouTube tutorials and the like. Oh my fucking god, what am I playing? This is... Can we talk about this? Man, I do not want to have to do this again. Give me your soul. Can you die, please? Oh my god, it's this one. Okay, who do I focus down? Probably this spider. Where's he going? Okay, yeah, this has made life a lot easier. Just focus the spider. Damn. What, the room's too slow? You have to throw in a bunch of random bullshit enemies? What? Is that what we're doing here? Is this game design? Finally, dude. Fuck this game. What? I'm setting a timer. This is gonna be probably the shortest stream of the streak yet. I'm setting a 25-minute timer. I'm gonna get out of here at 11:55. Why does everyone hate me? Is there a particular reason for this? Next missionary can't fail. Thanks to Twitch chat. Sermon. I hear a lot of people telling me to like look into like going into like a trade or something. I don't know what trade would I look into, you know? I've already got this skill. Just like an actual applicable useful skill. Like that, I think that's like the thing that I just run into the most is like I don't want to have to like I don't want to feel like all of this was for nothing, you know. Those the trades aren't really built for twinks, dude. They got like cosmetology and shit. That's that's a twink job. I've got like every old person on Earth in my cult right now. Here's my question though. I think especially about trades. Because I think if we're going to be seeing like an influx of people going into the trades instead of going to college for specific things, because I think we were seeing a trend of things moving that way. Like, are we going to run into a... Because, okay, having an electrician is useful. Obviously, I'm never going to complain about having access to, like, a plumber or something. But at the same time, like, I don't need, like, a 3 trillion plumbers. There's only, like, a certain... Like, I don't think there's ever, like... I don't think I've ever felt like we are in demand of, like, more plumbers. So if we get to a point where a lot of these jobs are less from, like, what I'd like to call the bullshit job sector, and we get into just more of the territory of, like, stuff that's, like, actively searching out, like, people and, like, needing, like, consistent gig work, are we going to run into an issue where there's just, like, an oversaturation of these types of trades? You can consider there are not enough people doing electrician jobs to the point where most electricians can name their price and companies will still take it. Construction's also an interesting conversation because I feel like a lot of people didn't even want to. I mean, construction's just gone away with being able to hire like people who are not like what's its face? Like proper citizens. Like they don't have like paperwork and stuff. And a lot of they've found that they can just exploit those people because by paying them under the table, they don't have to like worry about like having to go through like the proper process. I don't know. Construction is just kind of a exploitative industry as well, but Now, should more people just do it? I think we're at the point where I don't know if we can go back. Like when construction companies get like a taste of cheap labor, like are they gonna want to actually have to try and pay people livable wages? To be fair, the problem with construction is also true of the entire agriculture sector. Yes, dude, the same. It's literally the same thing as well. Same issues. Bum, 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 bum. Like in the search for cheap labor, like how far will places go? Like at what point will things just crumble? Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm at a weird point in the game where I'm waiting for a side quest from this one right here. This spider. And I need to take care of it before I go and do some other stuff. This chocolate company still use fucking slave labor? I know, it's fucked up. We live in hell world, dude. Clown World is different. Hell World and Clown World. Clown World is like, how the fuck is this even happening? Hell World is like, everything is terrible and there's not even like a veil of irony. Like if I'm like laughing at what? I don't know, like like the whole I don't know, like OpenAI like getting in trouble because they're like it's been caught that they're just doing like the fucking money in a circle and like they're not actually getting any money. And like if OpenAI falls through, then like all these other like AI sectors like fall through. And that's like the core basis of our current economy. Like that's Clown World. Hell World is like everything is terrible. Clown World has more to do with incompetence to absurdity of below. Yes. Precisely. Clown World is like Discord having a complete monopoly over like a chat system for like a certain age group. And like on like for like most people, like Discord is just like a thing that like everyone has. And they're just throwing that away with their fucking bullshit AI spyware. Like that's Clown World. Do I have any way of getting rid of old people yet? Yes. I generally, yeah, there's, because the craziest part about Discord doing this is that there really is not any good alternatives. Like, they don't have any competition. Why the fuck are they trying to do this? Are they doing it because they have no competition? Because like like they can get away with it? You think? I don't think they can get away with it though. I think the platform's just gonna die. There really just is no good alternatives, though. Are we saying Discord is getting away with the whole age verification spyware shit? Do we... Okay, just everyone in chat, do we think they're gonna... Like, do you think this is just like a little stumble? They're gonna bounce back? Even if they don't, like, retract it? Or do you think if they keep it, do you think... Because, like, I would consider myself a power user of Discord. I use it every day. I pay for Nitro. I've been paying for Nitro since 2021. Coming up on 5 years of giving this company money for the ability to use custom emotes. And I genuinely think I'm probably out once all this age verification shit hits. But I don't know what to go to instead. There's just so much history, especially on our, on like our friend Discord that we have. It's gonna be difficult to like transfer it all out, but I do think I'm out. What else are we gonna use? I think that's the problem, is that there's not a lot of other alternatives. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna let their AI spyware just... I'm not giving them my ID. Users since like 2017. Could really just be they're complying with the whole British age verification laws, but yeah, but that would only be in, like, it would be a regional law. It would not have to be across the whole platform. And if it wasn't across the whole platform, I feel like with the amount of hoopla that's being made about it, then they would have clarified that. Okay, Slack is good, but it's not really a Discord alternative. I use Slack a lot for work and stuff, and I feel like it's way better than trying to use Teams. But, I mean, Slack is not a thing where we could just make a Slack. Like, you have to pay, like enterprise subscriptions, which are like thousands of dollars a year. Problem with complying with things regionally is that people can just use a VPN. Well, why is that my problem? If they're trying to govern the internet based on regions, like, I don't know. It should not be my problem that you can't find a solution to this shit. I think all the my like The thing that irks me the most, about all the Discord stuff is like, it feels like it's just happening just slightly too early. All the alternatives that we're brewing are just not ready yet. Who are these like guys in the background? He gets so mad at me. Ooh, this would be a big pickup. Nope. Okay. He gets so mad at me for like trying to walk back here. I don't think I've seen either of these guys do anything. Like, why me? Why are you so pissing at me? Mm-hmm. You know, it's a pretty similar situation to Adobe trying to get away with shit because they own the entire industry standard. I know. Oh, don't even get me started on, who's the people who own Maya? Autodesk. Don't get me started on Autodesk, dude. Have you seen their prices? They've just completely given up on even trying to give an option for the everyday person. You can just get away with whatever they want at this point. Autodesk. Yeah. Want me to build decorations? Sure. Maybe good night. All right, good night. Have a good one. You're an everyday person. You're stuck with programs that are either underfunded or have less manpower to compete. This is why I will always say this. There is no ethical way of acquiring Adobe products or Autodesk products legally. There's no ethical way to do it. Supporting them with your money, I think, is more morally dubious than literally, I mean, technically committing a crime. Especially for creative software. So dumb. To like try and like gatekeep that. Although we are in an age where some free programs are catching up, like DaVinci Resolve, Blender. I mean, we've even got like Affinity for an alternative to Photoshop. We've been seeing like a rise in stuff like Asebright, which is not like, it's not necessarily a competitor to like commercial software, but it is a it is open source software that you can either pay for a license or you can compile it yourself for free. And I think that's super cool. I think that's really sick. I think if you ever see a like software company that offers like a good software and has the option to get a lifetime license, like DaVinci Resolve Studio, or I mean, that's like the only one I can think of off the top of my head personally, but it's just, we're getting to an age where I do think like open sourcing products, people are just so fed up with how they're being treated by companies that we're gonna get to the point where like we will have open source alternatives to pretty much anything. Blender is straight up better than Maya these days. I agree. Maya's kind of archaic, and that makes it even crazier that they're trying to charge that much for it. Is this a Benoit revive angle? A more personal story here, but my degree program is great and all, but I hate the way the department director has changed the last couple of years. Speak to that. Next tag will be golden. Where are my old people? Oh my god. I messed up. The department director used to be a bit eccentric for sure, but he was also a good speaker and genuinely seemed like he cared about people's futures in the program. So what's the deal with the new guy? It's been 2 years and now he's an AI advocate who doesn't seem to realize what's going batshit off the walls with AI. Dude. I do struggle to see how some people don't, like, see the blatant writing on the wall. Especially AI advocates. Like, it is your head on this bike. Like, you are building a guillotine for yourself. Yeah, I think that's especially crazy for, like, game dev. Because AI is almost entirely... Okay, I don't know if useless is the right word. It is almost entirely in, like, the disinterest of people in the game design field to actually engage with. Because it makes bad code, it makes bad textures, it makes bad models, it makes bad dialogue. Like, what are you gonna use it for, really, at this point? Besides that, he also seems to have become friends with a guy whose public portfolio advertises him as a cost cutter who just outsources tons of software work to other countries where labor is cheaper and there's less regulation. So this guy literally just comes into the department like once a month and gets to do like a 2-hour talk, and everyone who works in the department is basically required to show up. Oh, there's my timer. I said I was gonna get out. But yeah, I think because it's got like some actual applications for game dev, but I think especially with game dev, I definitely struggle to see a lot of the advantages to it specifically. Like, especially like, because games are such a, like, games are such an expression of like human creativity and ingenuity and like figuring out how to make something that other people really enjoy. Maybe if you're like really good in, or if you're really big into like world building, making like something that people get lost in and invested in, and just gutting like the artistic element out of it by having just a robot make some poor app, like having some robot make some poor imitation of something that like a human would maybe you have like the vague idea of what you wanted it to do, but I mean, if even if you're using it as like a tool and then you're going back and fixing it up, I don't see like if you're going back to fix it up, you already have the skills you need to just do it correctly the first time. Am I stupid? The game closer, you just full screen camera for some reason. I'm full screen camera because I'm gonna get off. I wanted to get off early today so I can go sleep because I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. But I want to finish up this conversation because this is interesting. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. This is the shortest stream of the streak so far. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you later, gamers. Peace out.